Alright, continuing on with Danganronpa, we finally got out of the trash chute, and now... Oh man, we ended up over here again. Alright, let's see what Kirigiri has to say about this. So, what do we do from here? I managed to dodge one bullet, and that's great and all, but if the puppet master finds me, it's not just me who's in danger, but you, too, since you saved me. Are you worried? Well, yeah. Then how about we ask him directly? Huh. Him. Monokuma. Ask him whether your escaping is a problem or not. But it's just a matter of time before you're found, and it's not like there's any way to run, anywhere to run anyway. As she spoke, Kirigiri pointed at the security camera. So, you're saying, if my only option is to wait to be caught, then I'd better off just surrendering? Don't worry, things won't end up the way you're afraid they will. After all, it's the puppet master who's been driven into a corner, not us. The puppet master's been driven into a corner. You said that before, but what do you mean? By holding Mikuru Kusawa's class trial, the puppet master revealed his hand, and that's something we can take advantage of. Something we can take advantage of? You'll see when we talk to Monokuma. Also, it's to your benefit to act first, before you're discovered. We want any advantage we can get for this negotiation. I'm a little bit... no. I'm more than nervous. But... we've got no choice, do we? Monokuma should be in the gymnasium. Let's go, shall we? Alright, I guess I have to head to the gymnasium now. I don't know if I have any quick travel right now. Let's check if I can quick travel. What floor? Oh, here's the gymnasium. Oh, I can. Sweet, let's get over there. Rather not run into anybody on the way there. That's probably not what they want me to do. Oh yeah. Whoa. I get it, Kirigiri. But why is the should have been executed has been Naegi here with you? Can't say I didn't see that reaction coming. Am I really gonna be okay? Did you perhaps save him? And after all the trouble I went through preparing his punishment, and what if I did? If the villain is correctly identified during a class trial, he alone will be punished. I'm sorry to say it, but those are the rules. So I'll have to punish you again, and this time I'll make sure it works. Kirigiri, that's what you want to do. Go right ahead. What? But before you do, just let me say one thing. If you execute Naegi, then you lose. Are you okay with that? Huh? He lose? Hey, what's that supposed to mean? That class trial was just a big setup, wasn't it? So you could smoke me out and kill me. In other words, had things gone according to plan, it would have been me executed there. Hold on. What are you saying? But your expectations were blown way off track, because Naegi let my lie slip through unnoticed. You didn't see that coming. It didn't even cross your mind that, in that situation, someone would stand up for someone else. And your response to that unexpected turn of events was to call Naegi the villain and execute him. You were desperate. No, it was more than desperation. You felt threatened by Naegi, because he doesn't do what you expect him to do. But that wasn't the only surprise waiting for you at that class trial. Someone interfered with Naegi's execution. Alter ego. You miscalculated. You didn't consider that someone who was already dead would save someone else. And that is the truth. It wasn't Naegi who murdered Mikuru Kusawa. It was you. And yet, for you to execute Naegi in spite of that, isn't that a violation of the rules you so adore? Correct me if I'm wrong, but the villain is only supposed to be executed if he's then identified correctly. Huh, and that means I lose. Let me get this straight, you're saying the real villain is me, not Naegi? Yeah! And then, where's your evidence? I don't have any. She doesn't sugarcoat it. Is this your idea of a joke? How can you talk like a big shot and not even have any evidence to back it up? I don't have any now, but with a little more time, I'd be able to find anything I need. As much as you might try to hide it, there's only one truth. What's your deal? Now you're pilfering catchphrases from super detectives? If Naegi really did kill her, then he wouldn't have come to you like this. He'd have gone into hiding, trembling under the weight of his sins, cowering in fear of his punishment, rotting away in your precious despair. But we're here, standing up to you. You haven't lost hope. You trying to say that that counts as in a place of evidence? You think that's enough to satisfy me? You're right. That wouldn't satisfy you, but it's the same for the people watching this. Executing Naegi now will not satisfy them. What? If you execute Naegi right now, this is what people watching you will think. They'll think that you forcibly executed Naegi because everything we said was right. They'll think that hope cannot be killed with despair. If your stance is that what we're saying is baseless, then you just have to prove it, right? No. You have no choice but to prove it. Because if you execute Naegi while his guilt is still in question, then you're admitting defeat. If you want us to experience despair fairly and impartially, then you will accept my proposition. You must accept it. So what is it, this proposition of yours? That we retry Mikuru Kusawa's murder case, and that this time you hold a fair class trial abiding by the school rules. Let this be the final battle between the final battle between hope and despair. Pretty fitting for a climax, don't you think? A fair class trial, the final battle. In other words, the trial to reveal the Puppet Master's identity, but the Puppet Master has no reason to accept a challenge like that. Surely he'll just get rid of me, no questions asked. Intriguing. Very intriguing. I'm trying out a new personality. I couldn't bear the old one any longer. Anyways, that's not a very bad idea. It is a pretty fitting climax, I'll give you that. So you accept? If I do, will that satisfy you lot and the viewers? And when you're satisfied, will you despair for me? If you will, then honey, show me where to sure. Oh god. Will you lot and your hope win out, or will me and my despair take the crown? A veritable final battle, a real Kodiak moment. He accepted? Then that means there's still a chance. However, this is still the climax. That would be pretty boring if all you had to do was find the culprit. So to make it befitting of a final conflict, you lot need to bear all of the mysteries. All of the mysteries. Every single mystery buried in this academy. If you manage to solve all of them, then I'll call it you lot's victory. That's what I was planning on doing from the very beginning. Then that takes care of that. If you lot can uncover Mikuru Kusawa's murder and how the crime was committed, and on top of that, solve all the Academy's mysteries, then I'll admit defeat. But when the polar opposite happens, we'll all be executed, right? Huh. I can barely contain all my excitement. When you learn the grisly truth, just what kind of despair will you lot show me? We're the ones who should be excited. When we reveal everything, just how much despair will the Super Duper High School despair be? And I feel like I witnessed the start of something outrageous. But first, I'd like to clarify something. You said before that class trials are held when murders are committed among the students, right? What of it? I'd like to confirm that there are no inaccuracies in that statement. There's no need to try to pry it out of me. I'm an approachable kind of bear. Everything that's happened has all been in accordance with the school rules. It goes without saying, Mikuru Kusawa's class trial is no exception. Huh? Mikuru Kusawa's class trial is no exception. It was held in accordance to the school rules. That means the person who killed her. Haha. Well, actually, while we're at it, I'll give you one more hint. I'm sure I mentioned this before, but there's a total of 16 participants, all of whom are students in this academic coliseum. Also, since the coliseum commenced operation, and only living humans are descent from the academy, are those very same 16 students. What? Is that the truth? Why the silent treatment all of a sudden? This conversation's over. I ain't got nothing left to talk to you guys about. The scram. Now he's angry. Maybe he has borderline personality disorder. Shut up and get lost. Alright, we're going. Are you sure I can go? Whatevs, don't matter. Yeah, all you're gonna do is get punished later anyway. So I'm gonna prepare everything very despairingly special for you guys. Let's go, Naegi. Okay. Fades off in the background while they walk away. With their backs turned to Monokuma's creepy, unstable laughter, Kirigiri and I left the gym. Oh boy. This is gonna be a long investigation. I don't really know what just happened, but I didn't get executed. I'm not dead somehow. I didn't really expect that to work. And now, I've got another reason to be thankful to Kirigiri. Alright, what do you gotta say about this? Thanks, Kirigiri. It's all because of you. Still too early to start celebrating. The real battle is still to come. Yeah, I know. But even so, I'm just as relieved as you are. Thank goodness he accepted my proposal. Why do you think he did anyway? What does the puppet master gain from accepting your challenge? Yeah, no choice. What? That's what we were talking about. I was talking about when I said we had an advantage. What do you mean? So in the end, what was that advantage? I didn't hear it firsthand, but the puppet master said that everything that happens here is being broadcast live nationwide over hijacked broadcast signals, right? Yep, he did. What did you think when you heard that? It was pretty hard to believe, wasn't it? Well, yeah, him hijacking the broadcast symbols was almost unreal. It seems unreal because it's something that doesn't happen very often, because it's just that difficult, but the puppet master pulled it off. Turning that around, it means he had some reason that he needed to do it, despite how difficult it was. A reason. No matter what the cost, he wanted us to put us killing each other on display for the world to see. He wanted to put us on display, killing each other. The puppet master didn't just want us dead, he was determined to make us kill each other. He most likely established the school rules expressly for that purpose. Yeah, I think you're right. If those rules didn't exist, nobody would have killed anyone. Basically, the puppet master's objective was to make us kill each other and show that to the world. But to what end? More than likely as proof. Proof? Do you know how Kabukiman Academy students are referred to by the general population? Hope, right? By plunging us hope into despair and driving us to kill each other, then putting that on display for the world, he wanted to prove that despair prevails over hope. That is the puppet master's goal, the Super High School's despair's goal. Huh? To prove that despair prevails over hope. All for something so stupid? It is stupid, and it is illogical, but it's certainly something the group of people called the Super High School Despair would come up with. People who act purely for the sake of despair, but making people suffer for something like that. I understand why they get angry, but it's because of that reason that our advantage was formed. What? Because the puppet master wanted to show us killing each other to the world, he's even more stringent and necessary about upholding the rules he established. Had he forced action ignoring the rules, this would no longer be a coliseum, but a slaughterhouse. At the very least, that's how it appeared to the people watching, so that's why he couldn't kill us himself? That's the reason he couldn't kill me, with his own hands. As much as I was the thorn in his side, I wasn't actually breaking the rules. So he couldn't step in and intervene exactly directly like he did with Enoshima. He attempted to kill me using the class trial, so it would appear as though he was upholding the rules. There's no correct answer, just a setup to make me into the culprit. But he failed. Well, thanks to you. And from that failure, we gain an even bigger advantage. He tried to execute you even though you were innocent. And since his failure was revealed on live television, he had no choice but to accept your proposal. To prove that to the world that despair prevails over hope, he needed to completely and utterly defeat us. So the revelation of the puppet master having violated his own rules was a mark against him. And you used that against him to get him to accept your challenge? It was you who put that hole in his defenses. We're only walking down this road now because you believed in me. I can't believe you figured that all out. I hadn't noticed anything. No, I just reasoned it out with any solid proof that, and it took a chance on that reasoning. Thankfully, it appears I was right. After she said that, she let out a deep breath like a weight had been lifted from her shoulders. Quite frankly, I haven't been that nervous in a while. That's not how it looked to me. Before we left to find Monokuma, you looked like you were brimming with confidence. That's one of the fundamentals of negotiation. You need to be strong and sure of yourself. Besides, if I looked anxious, it would have just made you even more so. She's probably right about that, pitiful as it makes me. But we can't just sit here clamoring about how happy we are forever. All we've attained right now is a chance to continue fighting. If we don't win here, then it'll all have been for nothing. Yeah. She's right. If we don't beat the Puppet Master here, we can't make it out of here alive. Winning is our only option.
네.
Before we begin our final investigation, we need to bring the others up to speed. But we know who our enemy is now. So all that's left is for everyone to work together to hunt down the Puppet Master. Everyone working together. Will it really be that easy? Anyway, we need to find everyone else. Let's go. I'm sure they're somewhere in the dorms. Oh, crap. Well, let's go over to... Not there. There we go. And the dial. I mean, they're either there or in the rooms, but I don't think they'd be in their rooms. At least it doesn't look like they're in the rooms. I don't know what time it is. Oh, it's nighttime. Maybe they're not here. I'll take a look at least. Maybe I'll find somebody here. Waiting for us in the cafeteria when Kirigiri and I arrived was... You again? Whew. Is he broken? Being unstable is one thing, but this is ridiculous. And he's gone. I wonder what that was about. I barely had time to let out a sigh before. What? Naegi, is that you? Guys, it really is you. I can't believe my eyes. It's Naegi. Oh, you're alive. I swear, you're as resilient as a damn cockroach. Just to be sure, you're not a ghost, are you? There everyone was. My friends, my companions, and that asshole fucking Hagakure. The people I had fought alongside and against. The moment I saw everyone's faces, my eyes got a little misty. Oh, he's crying when he sees Naegi. Wait, what's that stench? Oh damn, dude, that's rank. It's Naegi. Naegi smells like a wet dog. Go stand over there. Shoo shoo. And with that, the tears receded. Oh, Togami, I never thought I'd see you again. God damn it, Hagakure! No! How could you ruin this moment? No! Yo, Nugs, how was the spirit world? I never went. You beat my teacher? Your teacher? Sir Tamba. I didn't meet him. I didn't even go to the spirit world. Who is that anyway? Shut up, Hagakure. Nobody likes you. Togami! I wonder... It's a wonder you made it out of there alive. Yeah, I can hardly believe it either. You do understand why you managed to avoid getting flattened, don't you? Because of alter ego, right? He saved my life. There aren't many people who can say they've had their lives saved by a computer program. Huh, that's a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Maybe I should do that sometime. Hey, Asahina. Where were you guys before we got here? We thought since Mikuru Kusawa's class trial was over, there might be some new place to go. And? No, no good. Every place was locked and still locked. If there's nowhere new to go, then where are we supposed to gather new information? Come here. You smell. Are you rotting? You're rotting in more ways than one, including as a human being. Sorry, I was in a garbage dump this whole time. That stench, it's unbelievable. It's so strong, it's almost tangible. Ah, you smell even worse than I do. You smell worse than me. I win. What is she so happy about? Naegi, we don't have time to turn this into a heartfelt reunion right now. We need to tell everyone what happened with Monokuma. What about it? By the way, are you gonna be alright, Naegi? If you're a fugitive now, it'd be better to both of us, not you. That too has to do with what we need to tell everyone. What do we need to tell you? What we need to tell you has to do with the final class trial. The final class trial? We're retrying Mikuru Kusawa's murder case. Huh? We're retrying it. We'll try it once or 1,000 times, dude. Nug still did it, didn't he? That's what we're saying. It wasn't me. Nagi didn't murder him. Her. Of course, neither did I, nor did any of you. Then who did it? It's the Puppet Master's doing. Huh? You're saying the Puppet Master killed Mikuru Kusawa? Yes, it was all an elaborate trap laid out by the Puppet Master. Nagi discovered that trap, and he tried to prevent it from going off. and because of that, he was sentenced to execution. Naegi discovered the trap, you say. I wasn't nearly as conscious of it as you're making me out to be, but that's cool. However, the act of executing Naegi, who was not the culprit, is a blatant violation of the rules. The school rules say the villain will be executed. In other words, the puppet master broke his own rule. So we negotiated with him, asked him to grant us a retrial. And he did? Just because he broke a rule he wrote himself? He had no choice but to agree. You used the broadcast signal hijacking against him. Didn't you? We're on the same wavelength, I see. You mentioned something at the end of the last class trial. When you said it's the puppet master who's been cornered, this is what you meant, isn't it? Hey, you're leaving me in the dust here. If you can't keep up, then ask Kiryu or someone to explain things to you later. So then, what are we supposed to do now? We just need to show that the puppet master who killed Mikuru, it was the puppet master who killed Mikuru Kasaba, right? Surely that's not all, is it? No, it's not. Monokuma said that for us to win this trial, we need to solve the Academy's mysteries too. All the Academy's mysteries? You mean the stuff we've been investigating all this time and still haven't hardly learned anything about? You probably all suspect as much as already, but if we lose, then all of us will be executed. We'll all be executed? Hold on, don't go around making challenges like that without our consent. I'm perfectly fine with the way things are, as long as my white knight is here with me. And I'd like to get out of here as soon as possible. Anyway, our only chance of surviving is to uncover the truth. Which is to say, this is the deciding battle. What an interesting development. But we've got to do that on top of figuring out who the puppet master is and how he committed the murder. Our play just keeps getting bigger and bigger, dude. But hey, unlike the other class trial we've had, we know exactly who our enemy is this time. So if we all work together, I'm positive we can figure this out. I'm not so sure about that. Huh? I personally cannot concur with the proposal that everyone work together. Why not? We're obviously better off working together if we want to solve the Academy's mysteries. I, of course, thought the same thing. Until Monokuma said. Until he said? Actually, while we're at it, let me give one more hint. I'm sure I mentioned this before, but there are a total of 16 participants, all of whom are students in this academic coliseum. Also, since the coliseum commenced operation, the only living human to set foot in this academy are those very same 16 students. I see. If that's what Monokuma says, then Kiryu is exactly right. Huh? Why? Assuming, as Kiryu said, it was the puppet master who killed Mikuru Kasaba. That means he's still inside Kabukiman Academy. The murder is one thing, but tampering with the crime scene is to that extent with Monokuma is not impossible. However, based on what Monokuma said, the only living humans to set foot in the academy are the 16 students participating in the academic coliseum. Then the puppet master's identity. There were 50 people in the entrance hall the first day. Add Mikuru Kasaba and you get 16. So he's one of the 16? Furthermore, of those 16, only 6 of us are still alive. I believe you can figure out the rest from there. You mean one of us is the puppet master? Definitely not me. I suspect you're the most arbitrary. No one can be that stupid. No one. No way. Hold on. We can't be sure of that just yet. Monokuma could have said that to freak us out. That is possible, yes, but it's one of the many possibilities. The same as the possibility of the puppet master being in this room. So long as the possibility exists, it cannot be ruled out. I agree. When the title Super Duper High School Despair came to light, it became pretty clear that the puppet master was a student. We can't deny that he could be among us. But if one of us really was the puppet master, then they would have to control Monokuma too. And yet, in all the times Monokuma's shown up, no one has ever acted that suspicious, have they? They could have just snuck away and done it. One of us would have noticed someone sneaking away that so many times, unless they were a ninja. Then Monokuma's completely automatic, dude. Everything he says and does is already pre-programmed. If that were the case, he wouldn't be able to hold such natural-sounding conversations. If someone were to guide it through the conversation, it's certainly not impossible. Sure, I guess, but let's be honest. it's nighttime. Nighttime is now in effect. Oh, okay, different message. As I expect, you guys are already aware. Our academic coliseum is rapidly entering its final chapter, wherein all will be revealed. In the spirit of fairness, I've opened up all the locks in the building. Investigate as much as you like. Solve the mysteries to your heart's content. See you at the class trial. Haha. Oh, interesting. How generous of him, unlocking every door. Also, that was... I like that little... there, she did. The time for chit-chat is over now. We investigate. But... I was planning to work by myself regardless. This late in the game, all I can rely on is myself, and the Togami blood coursing through my veins. You shouldn't concern yourself with others either. Just do what you need to do. Goodbye. Having said that, Togami quickly left the cafeteria. Oh, why not? He didn't take me with him. Of course he didn't, dude. Without my night around, you were all like a cappuccino. With neither coffee nor milk. In other words, worthless to me. So goodbye. And with that, Fukawa too slithered out of the cafeteria. Well, there she goes. You planning to fly solo too, Kirigiri? Yes. Which means just Nugs and Hina are left. Alright, then going alone's the best option. Hey, what's that supposed to mean? You just watch me, dude. Me and my crystal ball are gonna blow the lid off this whole thing. Basically be useless in the corner. Hugcurry's bellowing laughter filled the room, and slowly faded as he left the cafeteria. Huh, everyone really is going off by themselves. What are you gonna do, Asina? Huh, I guess I'll see what I can do on my own too. Don't get me wrong, it's not because I don't trust everyone. Some might went too fast. It's just, I've never really been any help before. I've always relied on Sakura and everyone else. You've been no help, that's not true at all. You being here has been a huge help. Naegi. Oh, you're too kind. But it's true I haven't been very useful. At the very least, I want to try my best and find something of value now, while I still have the chance. So I'm going to do it alone, too. Having said that, I'll catch you later. Asina dashed out of the cafeteria, and the only one's left. Just me and you again. Yes, indeed. You're investigating alone, too, aren't you? Don't misunderstand me. Just because we're investigating independently doesn't mean I'm not going to share any information with you. It's not true. And I'm sure the others feel the same way. Yeah, she's right. So maybe we're not all investigating together, but that doesn't mean we can't cooperate. I just need to think of it as a division of labor. And after this, we're just going to pull our results. Yeah, that works. Alright, I should get going too. I have to look into something. Monokuma said he opened all the locks in the building, which is to say the entire academy should be open to investigation, so we can go to places we haven't been able to before. Let's reveal the truth, Naegi, no matter what. And Kirigiri too left the cafeteria. Now it's the only one left. I don't have time to laze around here. I've got to get started. I just couldn't believe that the Puppet Master was one of us, so I decided I'd prove that wrong. I'll uncover the Puppet Master's real identity, solve all the Academy's mysteries, and get out of here with everyone else. Oh, the cool music again. Oh, this music's fun. Anyway, first I should go back to over the Monokuma file about Makuru Kusaba's murder. As a result of severe damage caused by an explosion, the identity of the deceased is unknown. The explosion occurred post-mortem. Oh god, I pronounced that terribly. My mouth's a little dry, but the deceased suffered a single knife wound to the abdomen, extending to the back of the body. There are signs of trauma visible on the back of the deceased's head, which appears to have been caused by a strike from a cylindrical object approximately the diameter of an iron pipe. And that's why I take a drink of water. Additionally, there are numerous wounds visible in multiple locations on the deceased's body. However, these wounds were not incurred in the last few days, but at some time earlier. The person who killed Makuru Kusaba, they are the Puppet Master. Huh. If I want to figure out what really happened, I should investigate. The rooms that have been locked, that we haven't been able to see until now. That would be the Headmaster's office, biology lab, and the Monokuma door, and the data processing room. And the second floor of the dormitory. The shutter should be open now too, right? Beyond that, I should be able to reinvestigate areas directly connected to the murders, the botanical garden and the dojo. Alright, let's go. Loaded places to investigate in your Electro ID. Oh, it's good that gave me a list. Alright, well, I'm gonna pause this here.